Imagine a war scenario where, on one side, stand the world's most powerful military forces, the United States and Israel. They possess advanced fighter jets, billion-dollar missiles, and some of the most sophisticated air defense systems on Earth. But surprisingly, facing this immense power is a weapon that costs less than an ordinary car, and that small weapon is slowly beginning to change the entire equation of war. Many military analysts now say that because of this drone, Iran has developed a strategy where victory is achieved not through sheer force, but through intelligence and economic pressure. When a drone that costs only a few $1,000s has to be intercepted by missiles worth millions, it's easy to imagine how drastically the economics of warfare can shift. At the center of this strategy lies Iran's unusual weapon, the Shahed 136 kamikaze drone, also known as a suicide drone. At first glance, the Shahed 136 may look very simple, nothing like a massive fighter jet or a terrifying missile. But in reality, this small weapon has quietly started to change the entire concept of modern warfare. For a long time, people believed that the more advanced and expensive a weapon is, the more powerful it would be on the battlefield. But the Shahed 136 is turning that idea upside down. Just think about it. Tomahawk cruise missile costs several $million. KH-101 also costs around millions. Fateh 110 costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. And in the middle of all these comes a weapon that costs only a few $1,000s, sometimes even less than an old car. That weapon is the Shahed 136 drone. And this is where its real power begins. This drone is often called a kamikaze drone, or suicide drone. In military terms, it is known as a loitering munition. Unlike traditional missiles that strike immediately, it can stay in the air for a long time, searching for its target, like a silent hunter in the sky. Then, at the perfect moment, it dives down and destroys the target, sacrificing itself in the process. And this is where the rules of war begin to change. Suicide drones are often called loitering munitions in military terms. This is because, unlike conventional missiles that strike directly, they can stay in the air for a long time while searching for a target. They are like a predator bird hunting in the sky. Some targets are not always visible. They appear for a short time and disappear within seconds. That is why this drone can loiter in the air over a target area for a long time, waiting for the perfect moment. When that moment comes, it suddenly dives down and destroys the target with an explosion, sacrificing itself in the process. Another interesting feature of this drone is its sound. When it flies, the engine noise sounds similar to a scooter. Because of this, it is sometimes called a flying scooter. It uses a small two-stroke engine, which works much like a scooter engine. This unique sound can create fear, because when people hear it, they understand that something is approaching. The drone is about 3.5 meters long, with a wingspan of around 3 meters. Its total weight is approximately 220 kilograms. At the front, there is an explosive warhead weighing between 30 to 50 kilograms. At the rear, there is a propeller that spins to push the drone forward. Along with that, the drone is equipped with a guidance system that helps it detect and track targets. A simple two-stroke gasoline engine, it can produce up to about 50 horsepower, and it helps the drone fly at speeds of around 200 kilometers per hour. There is no separate cooling system in it. When the drone flies fast, the airflow itself cools the engine. To help the drone fly stably, there is a control fin at the back. On the wings, there are flaps and elevons, which help the drone change direction. These are controlled by small servo motors. In the middle of the drone, there is a small computer system that controls the entire flight. Along with that, it has a GPS system that informs the drone of its position via satellites. If, for some reason, the GPS stops working, the drone uses an inertial navigation system. The sensors in it calculate the drone's speed and direction and keep it on the correct path. In some cases, this drone can even detect radar signals. If it detects the radar signal of an air defense system, it can automatically attack in that direction. Because if a defense system's radar is destroyed, the entire system becomes almost blind. The drone is launched into the air using a special launcher truck. There is a launch rail on top of the truck, where the drone is placed at an angle. Then a small rocket booster attached underneath is activated. that booster quickly lifts the drone into the air. Once the drone's main engine starts, the booster automatically detaches. The range of this drone is about 2,000 kilometers, but its real strength lies in the fact that they usually do not attack alone. Often, many drones are launched into the sky at the same time. Sometimes even hundreds of drones can fly together, and they do not all strike a single target. Instead, they choose different targets. These drones usually do not fly at very high altitudes. Rather, they fly close to the ground. As a result, they are often detected late by radar, and by the time they are detected, it may already be too late. Technologically, it is possible to destroy them, but the biggest problem here is cost. While a drone may cost only a few $1,000s, destroying it often requires a missile that costs hundreds of thousands or even millions of dollars. For example, the Tamir missile used in Israel's Iron Dome system is much more expensive than this drone. Using the American Patriot missile system increases the cost even further. In simple terms, a cheap drone often requires a much more expensive weapon to destroy it. And when hundreds of drones attack at once, even defense systems come under pressure. That is why many military experts believe that the Shahed 136 is not just a drone, but a symbol of a new reality in modern warfare, where weapons worth millions of dollars are fighting against small drones costing only a few $1,000s. Many people may have already heard that the stock of interceptor missiles in Israel and the United States is also running low, because while Iran can produce these drones quickly and in large numbers, advanced interceptor missiles take much more time and cost to manufacture. So ultimately, which way this conflict will go and what lies ahead is becoming increasingly predictable.